You know, as a mom, my youngest is 10, Sam. I didn't mention him because I'm getting talk. They're going to all be in Mountain Home with me tomorrow, so I got to even things out in speech too. They notice those things. Believe me. Well, Sam's 10 years old, and there's a computer in Washington in the Congressional Budget Office, and that computer projects models for our economy. So what we take in, what we spend, and it shows where our economy is going to go. Well, that computer in the year 2022, 2022, when Sam's 21 years old, it says that our government spending will reach 90% of our economy, our GDP, 90%. Well, that's important because that's the point at which Greece's economy crashed. That's why that's important. Sam's 21 years old. When Sam turns 36 years old, that same computer cannot project a model for our economy under the debt and spending that we have today. And for those of you who are older than 36 years old, you know how fast that time goes, right? So to me, when I look at this task, it feels impossible. But I think that God uses people who are stubborn, and they look at a problem and they say, that problem's not impossible, we just haven't figured out a way to fix it yet, right? That's who God uses, and that's the task that's fallen to the people here today. Because if we fail, freedom, not just in our country, but freedom on the globe fails. And we extinguish that light. Ronald Reagan said it best when he said it's fallen to us, the American people, to make sure we keep the hope and dream of freedom alive for the world. And that is on our watch. And freedom matters. You know, as my mom's a first-generation American. My dad's mom was on welfare. Through the freedom and opportunity afforded them in this country, they dragged the 10 of us to a different destiny. And that's not just our story. That's the American dream. There was a study done in the 1980s that the bottom 20% of people, over a decade, the bottom 20%, you know, they studied all income brackets. The bottom 20%, 4 out of 5 people after 10 years had moved from the bottom 20% to the middle class, and 1 of the 4 was now in the upper 20%. And that's unique to our country. Just because you're born here and your parents are on welfare or your dad's a bartender, it does not matter because you choose your destiny. And that's what's great about our country. Our country is also the most generous nation on the face of this planet. And that's not just an opinion. For the data that was last available, Americans gave 3 times more than the French, they gave 7 times more than Germans, and 14 times more than the Dutch. Conservative households, well, in these spending fights, they're going to call you heartless. And they're going to say you want to let prisoners out and hurt old people and not educate kids. You know what's coming, or racist, whatever they say. Just remember this. Conservative households give 3 times more money to charity and volunteer than liberal households. Freedom matters, and that's why the task has fallen to us. I know the president gave a speech on Wednesday that said he's going to spend our way out of the deficit, and he's going to tax our way out of the recession, but it just hasn't worked. And so we have to be the voice of reason in this debate and make the tough decisions and not kick the can down the road any longer. You know, I'm going to close with this. My faith teaches me this, that God uses people to solve impossible problems, to feed the hungry, to end injustice, and to do every good work on the face of this planet by men and women who look at a problem and refuse to give up. So I want to encourage you today, join with me, refuse to give up, because this is our task. Thank you. May God bless your work, and may God bless our country.